So we've actually got our last question.
Okay.
Which is from Dave. And the question is... Oh, he also says thanks, which is really nice. Thanks, Dave. So could you tell us about your idea for the best case scenario for Brexit that satisfies both Remainers and Leavers?
Well,
that's a
tough question. Honestly, I don't think I can, in the sense that what we saw in the referendum and what we've seen over the 2 years since is that the UK is a very divided country at the moment. It's not been the case that we kind of disagreed at the time of the referendum and now we've all come together and we agree what we want from the future. The country, if you look at the polling and if you look at the public debate, is essentially still split more or less 50-50 down the middle. There's a group that thinks we would be better off outside the EU and that wants to take back control, restrict migration, strike out, do our own trade deals. And then there's another half of the country who are perfectly happy with where we are in the EU. And we can't do both those things. There has to be a choice that is made, and someone is going to end up disappointed. Right now, I'm an academic economist, so putting aside the politics, I can tell you that economically the best thing for the UK is to remain in the EU, and that if we leave, the best economic Brexit is the softest Brexit possible, which means staying in the single market, staying in the customs union. But Brexit isn't just about economics, right? It's clearly about the politics as well. And, a lot of people would be very unhappy with a Brexit where we stayed in the single market and stayed in the customs union. So, I think what we need is, we haven't really had an honest conversation as a country over the past 2 years about where we want to go in future, and in particular about, what the trade-offs are. There's been a lot, kind of have your cake and eat it type rhetoric, making it sound like, well, we can leave, but it's not going to hurt us and everyone will be happy. That's not the case. And I think as people have seen the withdrawal agreement, they're starting to realise that there are these important compromises that essentially need to get made. And we now need to have the discussion about, where are we willing to compromise and what matters most to us. And until we have that discussion, we're going to remain, very divided and unable to decide on what kind of solution we want.
I think it makes it more important than ever as well to kind of continue these conversations and particularly continue conversations with people who we do maybe disagree with or have, like you say, that kind of 50-50, and have as many conversations about where those important things actually can be similar. And as you say, there will be compromises, but I think it's really nice to have opportunities to hear from you about the kind of facts behind it all, and also to have conversations with each other, even on a Facebook feed right now. It's really great. That's actually all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for coming in. It was thank you for having me. It's interesting to have
really interesting set of questions.
Oh, we're really grateful for your time, and thank you all for your brilliant questions over the past hour, and for the ones if you submitted them before now. This is the second of a series of question and answer sessions we're doing about Brexit, and there will be more in the days and weeks to come about various different issues. But until then, basically, thank you so much and goodbye.